Have you heard that saying, you just have to get out of your own way? That's for all the people who overthink things and second guess themselves. It happens all the time with aiming in games too. Let's talk basketball for a moment. I did a video about desensitizing, shooting free throws, and repeating insults and negative ideas constantly, so that I was able to separate the shot from pressure and stress, which means I can always shoot free throws well, no matter what is going on around me. In that moment, I'm just letting it flow. I know how I shoot, I know how it feels, I've trained it, and I just repeat those steps. This could be in a championship game, and even if I was nervous, I'd still shoot the same. I'm not thinking about hand position, arm extension, fingertip release, the bend in my knees, or the power that comes from my legs. I'm repeating the shot the same way I always do, because I've already thought about all that, I've already trained it. I don't need to give it any attention anymore. So now back to gaming. If you are thinking about how you should be moving your mouse, how you're holding it, whether or not you should be leading your opponent, or wondering if you should just wait for them to get in your crosshair, you're doing it wrong. You're not in the zone, you're not letting it flow. That's what you should be doing when training, not while you're trying to win a match or playing competitive. In a proper match or when you're actually trying, you should be letting it flow. Trust your body and brain. They'll do their thing. No thought about any of that. Your brain should be free to focus on other things. Just do what you think is right in the moment. See, you have limited brain power. You can only focus on so much at once. The idea of training is to get your muscle memory and everything else right, so that your brain doesn't have to process so much at critical moments. So what should you be focusing on? The things you can't train for, the things you can't know beforehand. Your brain power is meant to be dedicated to reaction, so things like where the enemy is going, their dodging patterns, their strategies, basically what challenging other humans is really about, the unknowns. Even after 15 years, I was still happy to play the same game mode, because every match felt different. There's always something new to react to. I can show you rocket sequences where it looks like I know exactly where they're going. And I do. That's the thing. I have little moments here and there where I get a read. Then I just let my brain and hand do their thing. If I keep thinking about this is going to be a highlight, instead of actually playing, there is a much greater chance of missing. In my opinion, it's also important to ignore the stats for accuracy. If you're too afraid to take the shot because you are trying for high accuracy, then you won't get a feel for your actual potential. You shouldn't hesitate or even avoid taking shots simply because of accuracy. You have to try. Do you think I hesitated or cared about these shots? Not at all. It was pure, free reaction. I heard someone, I 180'd and shot. It hit. Many others miss, but so what? I've done this so much I would even do it in competition matches. It's all about the training and execution. Taking those extra difficult shots so they become normal to you. I've said this in other how to get good videos. Don't focus on winning. Don't focus on what if you lose. Just like you don't focus on hitting the shot or if you'll miss it. Forget accuracy. Forget your stats. Focus on playing the game. Everything else should be automatic. If you constantly beat yourself up about losing or failing, or what could go wrong, you're always going to be in your own way. So don't stress. Don't worry. Just get out of your own way. And do the best you can by letting it flow. Let it happen. Your brain is probably more amazing than you actually realize. Once you learn how to train it properly and let it do its thing, you'll understand what I'm talking about. For now, train the best ways you can. Practice 180 flicks. Practice flicks. Practice aiming at a single point while doing advanced dodging patterns. This is especially good in games like Quake, where dodging can be as important as aiming. Get your training right, then see what you can do. Get out of your own way and show the world what you got. Keep your confidence by knowing you will be able to accept the result. Whatever happens, happens. It's fine. As long as you try, as long as you let it flow, it's all good. So stop overthinking your aim when you're trying to win. Just let it flow. Hope that helps. Thank you all so much for the 200k subscribers, for all the likes, views, shares, comments, and for sticking with me. It all adds up and I really do appreciate it. It's giving me so much more freedom over my career. And I'm working on a lot behind the scenes, so hopefully exciting times ahead. Many more mouse reviews, of course, and other videos coming. So stay tuned for those, and as always, like and share this one, and I'll catch you in the next.